miles an hour. Increasing cloud cover here tonight, a low temperature of around 38 degrees, and then a chance of rain tomorrow with a high temperature right around 56. A little nicer coming up on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Aaron Downiford, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get inspired at the 54th Annual Home and Garden Show, February 13th through the 15th at Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. $10 admission. Let the experts bring your home projects to life. Learn more at hbal.org.
Bundle up, bring your crew, and make this winter one for the books with Bachfest on Saturday, February 21st at Beer House. Enjoy winter brews that will tangle with your taste buds, polka dancing, games like Hammerschlagen and Stein Stamina, and more. Bach beer will be flowing and sausages and pretzels will be available for purchase. Doors open at 11 a.m. and the party goes outside until 6 p.m. before moving inside. VIP tickets are $75, but just $10 gets you in the door. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for Bachfest on Saturday, February 21st.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
93.7 The Ticket Sports News go now.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your 93.7 The Ticket Sports Update. I'm Connor Trimmy. University of Mississippi star quarterback Trinidad Chambliss was granted a 6th year of eligibility yesterday by a state judge. Chambliss finished 8th in the Heisman voting in 2025 and led the Rebels to the college football playoff semifinals. Nebraska softball goes 1 for 2 in the Shriners Children's Clearwater Invitational yesterday, taking down number 12 LSU in a dominant 6-0 beatdown. The Huskers then fell behind to the 20th ranked Georgia Bulldogs early on, 6-2, and despite a valiant effort, fell 6-5. Nebraska will take on number 3 Tennessee today at 11 a.m. and UCF tomorrow. Nebraska basketball takes on Northwestern at home tomorrow at noon on the Big Ten Network. The 21-3 Huskers look to now finish the Big Ten slate strong after suffering disappointing defeats to 3 top 15 opponents. For more sports updates, keep it tuned here at 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of B.J. Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
It's on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome. It is Friday to you, Eric. It's Friday. I've got my co-host, One Lane, swimming pool, but the small version. He's not the Olympic version anymore. He is that one lane swim type you get in your house.
Okay.
You just go up and back and forth.
Yeah.
He's even
You're just there to do
so
laps.
much to where it's just a thing to where you're just swimming in place because he has lost that much.
It's a hot
chest
tub.
is protruding out of that issued by Nebraska Athletic Department hoodie that he has on.
Yep.
He's got the sweet Tom Osborne classic hat on.
Thank you.
The beard is beautifully landscaped.
It is manicured.
His name is Swim.
Good morning, AD. Happy day before Valentine's Day.
You got plans for Valentine's Day?
Absolutely not.
We kind of did ours on Monday night for my birthday dinner.
Our plans? I'm kidding. Here's the thing. It's a big day for a lot of elementary school students. You know why? Do you have any guesses why?
Do you check yes or no if you like me?
That's my exact point. I was driving to school and I drove through a school zone today, and I thought to myself, there was a lot of
drove through a school zone.
On the road. I was driving through a school zone, going 20 miles an hour because that's the speed limit while those lights are flashing. And I thought to myself, as the children's crossed the street, as I sat at the stoplight with all their Valentines in hand, and I thought, you know what? There's a lot of elementary school students that are gaining up enough courage today to tell somebody in their third grade class at their Valentine's Day parties that they like them. And so T's and P's, thoughts and prayers to all of the elementary school kids that have all the courage in the world right now at 9:09 just to potentially get shot down before the day is over.
You know, Swim, I'm gonna build on that. We got our awesome guest back, Todd Kenny,
Yes.
author of I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. We had Todd came in. It was January, early part of January.
It was, yeah.
We're talking about dry January. We're gonna have Todd. We're gonna talk mindset, that journey, 6 years plus for him, sober, also sports. And you know what, folks, forgive him if we start talking about Iowa and Todd gets excited. I'm just kind of remind you again, he is an Iowa undergrad. He's been a diehard Iowa fan since what, 12 years old, maybe?
Earlier than that, probably like 7.
7 years old,
Yeah.
when Iowa actually upset Nebraska. So that would have been what,
1981.
1981.
Yeah. If you got a mute button or something to cut me off, you're probably going to need it.
I will. That's what I was going to say. We start talking about Iowa. I'll
Nick's
just
already
turn see, look, I already did it. What'd you say? Todd just hears himself go away. He's like, my mouth is moving. No words are
It'll
coming
be
out.
5 minutes before I realize you've muted me.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the text line would let us know. For the love of God,
Yeah.
get this guy off the show.
That's awesome.
Swim. It is a monumental day for
It is
little kids and teenagers and middle school.
You know,
right.
can I say something
Absolutely.
to middle schoolers out there who might? I got dumped on Valentine's Day
Oh, I'm sorry,
You got
Todd.
dumped on V-Day?
in 7th grade by
Oh, bro.
Amy Brum. If she's out there,
Jeez Louise!
So-
The name is wild.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
the day of the Valentine's Day,
Amy's
school
husband's
dance.
listening. Like, wait a minute.
So if you're out there and you get dumped today or tomorrow at the school dance, it's going to seem like the end of the world, but it's going to be okay. I want to put that out there for any kids who have a rough Valentine's Day.
Todd, did you end up going to the dance? So it was at the
Oh,
dance.
I went to it was before the dance.
So did you still go?
The day of the dance. Yeah, I did. I cried at the dance. It was
So
humiliating.
you really liked this girl.
I did.
She didn't show up with somebody else, did she?
No, but I think she started dating someone very soon after.
Oh, it wasn't
She-
even real for her.
She had my swatch.
Nick, do you know what a swatch is?
I do not.
Tell them what the swatch is, man. If you're over 40, you remember the swatches. Explain the
Oh,
swatch.
a swatch was a kind of watch.
Uh-huh.
It was our Apple Watch, basically.
Sure.
Yeah, good comparison. And they had all sorts of different kinds. They had crazy faces. They had swatch guards you could put on them. And if you were dating, if you were serious with someone, serious enough,
Yeah.
you
Exchange.
gave your girl your swatch to wear.
Wow.
Did she give
And-
it back?
She had a friend give it back.
Oh,
Okay,
she
man.
couldn't even have the conversation.
She didn't even give it back herself. She had a friend give it back.
So, Empty Westy goes, "You're a better man than me." Hey, all I was thinking, and I don't even know. I mean, I obviously don't have kids. I don't even know. Like, do they still do Valentine's Day parties in class? Like
Well,
at the end of
They do in elementary school.
Okay.
Yeah.
that's what I was curious about. I mean, obviously, because like you can sneak the Valentine's candy and stuff and just start handing it out, but then. You know, if there's not an actual organized party by the teacher and everything, then you have kids that get left out. You got to worry about all those little things.
Yeah,
And
you
it's just a whole
do have to bring
situation.
Valentine's for the whole class
Well,
if you bring them. So.
Unknown texter 2224, good morning. He says, these days you cannot put the name of who the Valentine is for. The dread is no more.
Really?
So
Okay.
now everybody gets
Whoa,
the medal.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Everybody gets
No, no,
a
no.
trophy.
Oh,
Everybody gets a Valentine.
I don't like this.
Everybody gets a swatch.
You're forcing. You're. I mean, here's the thing. When you put the name on it and you put who it's from, you're forcing these young kids to get out of their comfort zone and put a foot forward. AD, I like you. I want to give you a Valentine's Day present.
Can't do it anymore.
I'm intentionally giving this to you. But now it's just everybody gets one.
See, I think that confuses the kids and the gals, the guys and the gals. It's
Yeah.
Like, is this like, is
Do you like me or do you like me?
platonic,
Yes.
card, or is this the one to where
Yeah.
you're about me?
It's the do you like me or do you like? Are we like? That's what it is. That's all I'm saying. Okay, here we go. Big Bird. My kindergartner has a Valentine's Day party. You can only put from the student's name, no to the name.
Wow.
Man, we soft as Charmin out here. I mean, this is just
Todd, in our
disappointing.
generation, we are better in dealing with certain situations because we had to face rejection in real time.
Sometimes it dances.
Wait, so Todd, walk us through this. Walk us through this. I mean, did she like pull you aside? Was it around
It
her
wasn't through a
friends?
friend, was it?
Like, was it around her friends? So she had some emotional strength.
I think it was through her friend. I think the same friend who gave me the Swatch bag was the one that told me we were breaking up.
My word.
Yeah, it was my friends. I'm sure they still have this for the longest time. They had a picture from that dance.
Were you just like in a corner or something?
It was me and a couple of my friends, and if you knew what had happened, you could tell from the look on my face. So you can imagine my friends they like to pass this picture around every couple of years just to remind me that it's out there.
So I'm curious if this is true. Somebody 6696 on the text line says, pretty sure at most schools you can't take homemade cookies or anything. Everything's got to be store bought.
See,
that's different. Mama Sainer made some of the best caramel puff corn that the side of the Mississippi has seen, and it was requested every time it was my birthday. I would bring treats, in elementary school, and it was requested by my classmates that this was brought. So now, if everything's got to be store bought, I mean, geez.
You know what though? Okay, Todd, and speaking of your daughter, I'll give you a shout out to baby girl.
Yes, it's her 14th birthday today. Happy birthday, Scarlett.
Scarlett's 14th
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah.
So she's obviously in junior high now.
Yeah, she's in 8th grade.
8th grade.
Scarlet and Cream. Huskers. Go Big Red.
Is she have interest in Nebraska? Do you know? Or is she too early?
I don't think so.
What about the boys?
Not if she wants. Well, I do.
Not if she wants. What are you gonna say?
Not if she wants in the will.
Not if she wants a bed to sleep in.
The law firm says that she's not getting my money. She's going to Nebraska.
Exactly.
My money is yellow and black.
My oldest is a student at UNL.
That's right.
He's a sophomore. So,
is it hard to write that check?
It is, but the in-state tuition part of it makes it easier to write.
Absolutely, to that part.
So with Scarlett, do they have school? Do they even have school dances anymore? Text line help us out
Not really.
as well.
No. I don't think they do.
See, like
Gosh, you guys don't have
days.
anything.
Well, like days.
I mean, those were the major social events.
100%,
in middle
100%.
school,
Yes.
or junior high.
And let's not forget today. Days like today especially February 13th or the
Friday the
Friday
13th.
before Valentine's Day, though. Thank you. A day before Valentine's Day. These would be the days that keep places like Skate Zone in business.
Oh yeah.
We don't have a skating rink.
I know.
Do you guys have one in
I
Omaha,
know.
a skating rink?
I don't think so. There was one in Bellevue,
Uh-huh.
which is where I grew up, that was open for a long time. I don't know if it still is, but yeah, those were big time
I
social
mean,
hubs.
this was the time that the school bus would drop everybody off in the morning. You'd have a day full of rollerblade or roller skating, and if you didn't get the courage to tell somebody in your class that you liked them, then you're missing out, because that was when everybody was feeling all lovey-dovey.
Couple skate.
Yeah, that couple skate song came on,
Could
and
you skate backwards?
I could not.
See,
Could
skate
you?
backward? No,
No.
Oh, heck no.
see, that's what AD was worried about. I was worried about impressing
Absolutely
all
not.
these women playing the limbo and stuff,
Uh-huh.
and you were just worried about skating backwards over by yourself in the corner.
No, I was collecting digits. So
If you say so.
we actually had to remember. We had actually to remember
Yeah.
numbers. There was no put the number in my phone. No,
And then you had to call and hope that one of the parents didn't answer.
yes, or you just hung up. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no star system.
Was there any redial that they could just? Was there redial back in the day?
That didn't come till later.
Okay.
Was it
No,
not?
there was like a star 6-9,
Star
was it?
6-9 or star 6-7.
Where you could tell the number that had just called you.
But didn't that happen later though?
I think so. Yeah, I'm not going to admit how many times I hung up on at a girl's house.
Yesterday we were talking about it goes down to the DMs, you know. Now today we're talking about we just hung up.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
Folks, we want to hop into this. We're going to read some more of your texts too. You know, and sometimes the most powerful changes in life aren't loud, they're quiet. And they don't come with flashing lights, and it doesn't have to necessarily be rock bottom. But you get to a point where you say, is this really serving me anymore? And that's what Todd Kinney is going to talk about. And he didn't hit a rock bottom. There was no tragedies or anything of that nature, but there were just a lot of questions in his mind and his heart, incidents that he said, you know, something's got to change here. And he did that. So whether you drink socially, occasionally, regularly, or not at all, today's conversation isn't about judgment. Sure as hell not going to do that to anybody. It's about helping you make intentional decisions in your own life. Todd, it's great to have you back, man. there's been a number of people who have listened to the last time you were here and said, you know what, I'm going to keep going to February, or I'm going another week, or I'm just going to change my relationship with it. Todd, it's good to have you back. Now that dry January is over, you've been through this, you went through this, you've done 6 of them.
Yeah.
6 of them.
Yeah.
Do you know how many days it's been total?
I don't. It's been 6 years. It was 6 years last October.
So times that by 365. I'm
Yeah.
not good at math, so
Yeah.
it'd take me forever to figure that out. You've talked about how giving up alcohol felt scary, like you'd be missing out. How did you walk through that fear, and what does life look like without alcohol look like for you now?
So I was very scary to give up alcohol, and I thought I was going to have this perpetual sense of FOMO that was constantly going to be there for the rest of my life. I just thought it was going to be a nagging thing that I would have to deal with and I would have to get over. And I'd say that the only reason really that I got over that enough in the beginning to make a change was I was just sick and tired of what I was doing. I was ready for a change.
Thomas, thank you so much. It's been 2,190 days, man.
All right.
Thank
Thank you, Thomas.
man. Craig, 6 months sober today. Craig, congrats to you, man.
Everyone who makes a change like this gets to a point where they've had enough and they're just ready for a change.
Tell me about enough, because folks, just kind of catch you up. Todd is a partner with a law firm in Omaha, very successful guy. He's a guy's guy. He's a sports fanatic. He's wrong sports team, but nevertheless, he's a sports fanatic. He's a guy's guy. He golfs. He loves things, loves his family, loves his wife. Decided enough was enough 6 years ago, 2,109 days ago. Keep going on that.
Yeah, it's funny because I think everyone's got their own journey to that point, and mine took a while. I mean, I spent 6 years evaluating my relationship with alcohol. Now, when I started that process, I was not ready to quit. In fact, quitting was not even on the radar screen at that point for me. I just wanted things to get better. I wanted to change the way I drank. I wanted to change my relationship with alcohol. And so it was a 6-year process for me. And I think the best way I've heard it described, and I've described it myself, is I just got sick of my own bullshit.
Yeah.
I just got tired of it. I got tired of the excuses.
Right.
I got tired of the same old cycle happening over and over again. I got tired of how drinking was making me feel. And I reached a point where the scales, I used to love drinking. I used to think it was the greatest thing in the world. And I had a lot of fun doing it. And it can be a lot of fun. But I got to the point where the scales just tipped enough where the fun was being outweighed by all the bad stuff that came with it.
Tell us the story. And we shared this before for those who may not have heard it back in January. When your wife, you guys were at a beautiful resort in Arizona. You're getting set for dinner. You had a long day. You were putting them back. And she looks at you, and what does she say to you?
She said into my ear, she said, "Your parents are staring at you."
Tell us about it.
And I looked across the table, and my parents were sitting there, and they were staring at me. And I said, "What?" to my wife, and she said it again. She said, "Your parents are staring at you." And I dismissed it at the time. But that next morning, that was all that was running through my head. And it was running through my head on a loop, and I couldn't shut it down, and I couldn't quiet it down. I just couldn't stop thinking about that comment. And what was getting to me so much was my parents are two of the most loving, compassionate people you'll ever meet. And what I thought when I thought about them staring at me wasn't that they were looking at me with disappointment or disgust or disdain. What I thought was they were looking at me and they were probably sad at what they saw. That their adult son, who had 4 kids of his own at that time, was drunker than everyone else in the room, drunker than I needed to be, drunk to the point where my wife was trying to get me to go up to the room and turn in for the night.
And you wouldn't go up.
No, because of course I didn't need to go up, AD.
Mm-hmm.
She was nagging me and she was being unreasonable. And I just needed to get some food in me and everything would
You
be
were good
fine.
to go.
Yeah.
How many times did that scenario play out? Obviously, it wasn't with mom and dad saying, but it was different scenarios where you just simply said, I'm good.
Oh, countless. And it's interesting because my wife never, she handled that much better than I would have if the roles had been reversed. You know, she never got super angry. I mean, we had our fair share of fights about it the morning after, but she never got as angry as I think I would have. She never got as fed up. I mean, she was fed up, but I think she kept a lot of that to herself. But she never put her foot down and said, you got to stop drinking or else. There was a part of me. I mean, this goes to kind of the tricks we play on ourselves and the excuses we give ourselves. There's a part of me in the back of my mind that was kind of wishing she would come to me and say, you need to do something about your drinking, or you need to quit drinking, or
Almost force your hand.
Right. Because then it was out of my hands. And then I'm like, well, I got to do something now.
It's kind of like the person that wants to get caught, if they're, they have an issue, they want to get caught, because then it's like, it's exposed. I got a problem, I got to deal with it.
I didn't want to take ownership of it. For some reason, that was a big hang up for me. I just couldn't get over that hurdle and take ownership of it and decide to do it myself until I did.
Before we go to break, and we'll come back with some more, your book is titled, I Didn't Believe It Either. What was the moment you realized that sobriety was actually for you?
That's a good question. I'll give you one story from, it was about 3 months after I quit. And I don't even remember at this point if I had declared that I was quitting forever. But I went on a trip with Scarlett, my daughter, and she would have been about 8 at the time. And we went down to Houston to see some friends who had moved there and to watch the U.S. women's soccer team.
This is in the book.
Play. Yes. And we had a day where we went to one of those arcades with skee ball and bowling and ping pong and pool and before the game, and just had a great. I was noticing myself feeling different at that arcade with her.
You're present.
I was present. I was watching her experience that day. Kids are full of joy and excitement, and I was seeing that, and I was living that with her instead of counting how many drinks I had and wondering how many more I could have before we leave and wondering how many I was going to have at the game. And I saw things differently. And then we went to the game, had a great time, came back to the hotel. And, in my drinking days, I would have stopped at the hotel bar and picked up a beer to take up to the room and finish off. And I would have been pretty buzzed. And I didn't do any of that. We went up to the room. We got in the bed and she snuggled with me and we just had a nice conversation. And I thought, this is it.
Yeah.
This is it. This is what it's about. Not finishing the beer that I brought up from the hotel bar because I'm trying to keep my buzz going. Like laying in bed with your daughter and just being present and
just
listening and knowing this is going to be something you're going to remember for a long time. That's what it's about.
As we go to break, when we come back, you mentioned the race to nowhere. And folks, this hit me like between the eyes when I'm reading it. It's the race to nowhere, something he describes in the book. We come back, we'll have some more with Todd. Todd will stay with us until 10 because we're going to have some history as well. 10 o'clock hour, folks. We're going to dive in, give you a full montage of things going on. The women drop another one to Minnesota last night, and they take on Iowa at 11 a.m. I think that's Monday at 11 a.m. Number is, I think, 12 or 15 right now, Iowa.
They are 12.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that as well and get into that. There's a young man that got another year of college football. We'll discuss that as well. Folks, we'll be back with our guest, Todd Kenny, the author of I Didn't Believe It Either. It's The Drive. It's Friday. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Husker Nation, get ready for some Monday morning madness. Spend your President's Day with the Huskers this Monday with an 11 a.m. matchup against the number 15 Iowa Hawkeyes right here in Lincoln. The Huskers only have 2 games left at home, so now is the time to watch them in person before they head to the Big Ten tournament next month. Tickets are still available for this can't-miss morning matchup, but don't wait. Lock in seats today at huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red. Bundle up, bring your crew, and make this winter one for the books with Bachfest on Saturday, February 21st at Beer House. Enjoy winter brews that will tangle with your taste buds, polka dancing, games like Hammerschlagen and Stein Stamina, and more. Bach beer will be flowing and sausages and pretzels will be available for purchase. Doors open at 11 a.m. and the party goes outside until 6 p.m. before moving inside. VIP tickets are $75, but just $10 gets you in the door. Buy your tickets today at beerhousene.com for Bachfest on Saturday, February 21st. All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Good morning, Breakers. This is Scott Miller from Midwest Bank. When I recently joined Midwest Bank, I was immediately impressed by our exceptional service. My first customer made the switch from a large corporate bank and didn't have to wait in line or call a 1-800 number. We treated him like family. He now visits the bank just to say hello. While other banks go corporate, we stay Nebraska. Visit us at midwest.bank or drop by a branch today. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
That mild February weather is going to continue here as we head through the weekend. We'll top out around 62 today. Good amount of sunshine, a light wind under 5 miles an hour. Increasing cloud cover here tonight, a low temperature of around 38 degrees, and then a chance of rain tomorrow with a high temperature right around 56. A little nicer coming up on Sunday. I'm meteorologist Aaron Downiford, 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, Nebraska, this is your moment. Love Nebraska is already making noise on the court, but they're still missing one thing, a nickname. That's where you come in. Love Nebraska is giving fans the chance to submit the team's official nickname. Fans will then vote on the finalists later this season. Head to lovebneb.com/nameyourteam to submit your nickname and get in the game. Submissions end on February 22nd. Name your team, shape the legacy. Back Nine Golf in South Lincoln is the premier indoor golf experience in the state. The weather in the winter months is cold, windy, and as unpredictable as a tee shot on the 450-yard par 4. With top-of-the-line full-swing simulators and a PGA teaching professional, Back Nine Golf is there to help you improve your game and lower your score. Back Nine Golf is open to the public with 24/7 access for members. Learn about Back Nine's variety of memberships today and see the facility for yourself at 7501 South 15th Street in Lincoln, just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Back Nine Golf, your premier indoor golf and events destination.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back on this beautiful Friday afternoon. There's a lot going on. We'll talk about women's softball as well. They dropped a close win to Georgia yesterday afternoon, 6-5. They got Tennessee this morning. Is that 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock?
That is an 11 o'clock.
11
yeah.
o'clock game. You always like you're
Nice.
shocked that I know what I'm talking about sometimes. You go like, hey, D, look at you.
Well, no,
I'm
it's
a
more
big kid
just,
now because I watch Nick.
it's more just a pat on the back, KD. You're doing a good job.
I appreciate it, big dog. So we'll discuss that
Oh,
a little bit
that's
as
what- that's
well.
what you said, so are you.
What'd you say?
This is when the reciprocation could have said, so are you. But I appreciate
I
that.
said I learned from you. So
No,
you
I'm
missed
just
that part.
I did miss that part.
I missed it. I'm just going to hug your cheeks. Your ones on your face.
Thank you.
It is
So this
Valentine's
is
Day.
going-
Yeah.
This really went south off the rails.
Yeah, okay, this is
Folks, someone who can keep your life and your vehicle and your home on the rails, and that is Jack Russell, along represented since 1999. Jack can help protect your home, your vehicle, your family, even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his two locations in Lincoln or in Seward and learn how Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services can take care of you. I've vouched for Jack for years, but just even the past weekend, Monday, I told you I blew my tire out of my car. Jack and his team, Tiffany, took care of things right away.
Now it's time to downsize.
Yeah, now it's time to downsize. And I was downsized. That's why Kenny Wilhite was calling. We're going to do some things car-wise. But
Mhm.
Jack and his team, I'm in a rental car. They took everything. Do you do this? Boom, boom, boom. It was seamless.
Are you downsizing from a Suburban to a Tahoe?
That's jacked up, man.
I mean, I told
That is
multiple
jacked
people
up.
that story. I told Todd that story.
It is a downside.
It's not.
Is it?
It is
Is
not
The
a
Suburban is
downside.
longer.
By
Next line. Help me
like
brother out.
2.5 feet.
Help me brother out.
It's like you're just losing trunk space. Like you're not even. So let me go and just rattle this off real quick. AD earlier this week was like, Nick, I'm going to downsize. You know, like I still want an SUV, but I'm going to downsize. I don't need a Suburban anymore. And I go, oh, cool. So you think of like a Chevy Traverse. There's, Jay Foreman loves this Ford Explorer. Like, what are you thinking? I'm thinking a Tahoe, something smaller. I was like, what? And then I was like, AD, why on earth do you need that? Number one. Number two, not worried about gas mileage. I guess different tax bracket. Different tax
It's
bracket.
9 Mile City.
There you go.
No, yeah, get an electric Tahoe.
No, so once
Gotta
you get
downsize
used
from a
to certain
Suburban.
car, it's hard to make that switch. 'Cause
Sure.
you sit up higher.
Yep. Mhm.
I like to put my clubs back there. Sometimes when I do make some road trips, because I do a lot of road trips too, though.
You do?
But for me, it's more of a comfort thing. I'm just used to a bigger vehicle, but I haven't ruled out some other ones. I've not ruled the smaller
Why
ones
don't you just
out.
get a Ford Expedition?
Those things are massive.
They are, but everything is big. Everything that you're looking at is big.
Well, it's not necessarily. The Tahoe's smaller, man. Kenny gonna be calling you right now. It's like, hey man, be messing up my
Yeah,
business.
hey, that's my commission. That's my commission. You're
You gonna
calling.
see him knocking on the window. Hey, Swim, I'm gonna holler at you outside, man. Spoke, speaking of going somewhere, there's a very pivotal part in the book that I use this even in my mind today when I think about how Todd writes. First of all, it's a beautifully written book. It's powerful. It's raw. It's just truth. He doesn't hold back. And even when I first asked Todd back in December if he'd be willing to come out in January, he goes, nothing is off limits. He goes, ask me anything. And I appreciate that. Todd, what do you mean by the road to nowhere?
So that was how I drank. And and I've noticed since I quit drinking, that can describe other things in my life too.
Mm-hmm.
But drinking for me for a long time was just this race to get somewhere. And I never really identified it until I started really looking at my relationship with alcohol. But I would be in a hurry to sort of get that buzz going. And then when I got that buzz going, I would be in a hurry to keep it going. And that, of course, doesn't usually lead to good places.
Mm-hmm.
But when I sat back and put some distance between me and alcohol and actually thought about it, where was I going with that rate? Where did that end up? Where did I end up? And more often than not, it was a race to nowhere. It led me to feeling regretful and shameful and embarrassed the next day. And yet almost every time I drank, I felt it. And I wanted to. Drinking for me was a vehicle to try to get somewhere, to get to that state where my mind was numb. I got that buzz going. I could stop thinking about whatever was consuming me at the moment. It was just sort of a vehicle to try to calm all that stuff or forget about it for a certain amount of time. And it was to nowhere.
Todd, that I got basically I should have just got a yellow paintbrush and just painted every page in your book, because there's so many things I go back to and look at as men, and there's men and women that listen to this, so regardless if they're men or women, but in particular for men, though, a lot of men feel pressure because of cultural expectations. You got to have a beer with your buddies, got to have a drink with your buddies, etc. What would you say to a guy listening or a lady that's listening who's worried about quitting drinking to be less of a man or less of a sociable lady? The pressures that society puts on, as we were talking during the break, how the alcohol industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry at marketing. Why? You said it last time you were on the show. Well, why would I go to a tailgate and not drink? Why? Nick mentioned, why would I go to a game and not drink? That's the message they've sold us. That's the lie they've sold us.
Right.
What would you say to the man and woman out there who wants to make some changes, but they're afraid of maybe the crowd expectations and paranoia?
The first thing I would say is I spent an inordinate amount of time and energy worrying about that. And I wish I wouldn't have, because it was wasted. It was all wasted. But it was a very big deal in my mind at the time. So I get it. The second thing I would say is it's going to turn out differently than you probably think. I had all these preconceived notions of things that were going to happen with my friends and socially. And there's a chapter in the book called None of the Bad Things Happened. And it's a list of things
a great chapter
that I was almost 100% convinced were going to happen if I quit drinking. And they were all bad. And none of them did. And one of those was how things were going to be socially. I thought my friends were going to stop talking to me and wanting to hang out with me. I thought we were never going to have fun on vacation again. I thought that things like football games and sporting events and Super Bowl parties were going to be like kind of blah and gray if I wasn't drinking. None of that stuff turned out to be true. Your true friends are going to be there. And in fact, your relationship with them is probably going to get better. You're also going to make new connections that you can't even imagine right now. But you're going to make new connections that are extremely meaningful if you decide to do something like quit drinking. And you're going to get used to this new reality where I may have mentioned this last time. every activity that I used to think I could not imagine myself doing without drinking,
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy more now as a non-drinker. 100%.
2 questions before we go to break, man. There's kind of 2 in 1. How did your decision to stop become alcohol free impact your family, both in the immediate aftermath and over time? And also, question number 2, you mentioned in some of your interviews when you and I have talked, it's in your book. What if your spouse still sometimes drinks, and what advice do you have for someone whose partner hasn't made the same choice and they have a fine relationship with alcohol, but you don't? So your family impact, and you have a spouse.
So family impact, this is one of my favorite things to talk about because it's been such a blessing. I should know this better, but my kids were about, like, my oldest was 14. They were about 14, 13, 11, and 6 when I quit. And anyone with teenagers knows there are 100 different things during the day that could set you off or set your teen off and lead to one of those really petty, stupid fights with your kid. And those used to happen in our house. One of my kids would say something in the morning that I thought was not respectful or just your average, teenage remark, and that would set me off.
Right.
And it'd lead to a fight, and it would ruin the morning. And that happened too many times than I like to admit. That didn't happen after I stopped drinking because I was more at peace with myself, and I wasn't getting set off by those things.
Weren't hungover either.
Wasn't hungover, right? That and so those little fights weren't happening. I was more available, and I was more reliable. I was more dependable for my kids. Kids see that stuff in ways that you don't realize, but they do. The kids notice.
Yes, they do.
Everything.
Yes,
they notice everything. And so it's the biggest blessing for me as a dad that I've experienced in my 21 years of being a dad. It's the most important thing I've done to help my relationship with my kids and to help me be a better dad. And I will say, going back to your question about, what does it mean as a guy? I was convinced that this was like the least masculine thing I could ever do. Like, am I even still a man?
If they were taking your man card.
Yes. If I don't drink. And what I've discovered is it's made me a better father. It's made me a better husband, and it's made me a better person. And that there's nothing more masculine than improving yourself in those areas than that.
And had a great trip with your son recently in Miami.
Yes. And I still think about this on trips like that. The mornings weren't ruined. The nights weren't ruined. I was there for every second. Our activities did not revolve around where I could drink and where I couldn't. It's so much.
Eli, he remembers old dad.
Yeah.
There had to be a cocktail somewhere.
Right. And that's just gone. It's just removed from the equation, and it's worlds better. On the spouse part, because I get this question a lot, and my wife still drinks, and I always say if her relationship with alcohol was like mine was, it would be an issue in our marriage, but it's not, thankfully. The biggest advice I would give on that front is to not worry about it. Focus on yourself. If you're thinking about making a change, focus on yourself, make that change if you want to, decide how best to do it and what you need to do it. Don't worry about his or her drinking. That will take care of itself. I mean, my wife and I went through a period where it was an adjustment period socially and all of that. But that will take care of itself. It seems like a big elephant in the room. But if you focus on your lane and making the change that you want to make and why you want to make it, that's going to lead to good things. And that other stuff will work itself out, I promise.
I love it. Folks, Mark from Cook says, Mark, good morning, goes, you find out who your true friends are.
100%.
And you truly do. Todd, if they want to reach out to you, if they want to purchase the book, where do they go?
They go to Amazon and buy it there. It's on Goodreads and all the places online that you would get books.
And the title of the book, folks, is I Didn't Believe It Either by Todd Kenny. Todd, if they want to reach out to you, what are your social media handles they can look at? Because Todd, you impact and help a lot of people, man, with messages, with calls.
how will they reach you via social media?
So they can, I'm on Instagram at tkinney, Kinney 111. My email address is tkinney111@gmail. If anyone wants to reach out and just talk or bounce something off me, I love doing that. So please do.
Todd, you have been a huge part, and it's almost like we've known each other for years. We've known each other just for a few months, and it came by, and I truly believe those are God moments. You reached out to me on LinkedIn, and it's like I've known you for years, man. We shoot messages back at each other, we meet memes and things back to each other, talk real life stuff. It was no coincidence that we met. Folks, I can't encourage you enough. If you're thinking about changing your relationship with stopping completely, whatever your journey may be, because that's the thing about Todd I love about your book. You let people know it's your journey.
Yes.
There's no judgment. It's your journey. You make those decisions, and you don't have to be sleeping in a gutter to make those decisions either.
No.
Lord knows that didn't happen to you.
No, and I thought for a long time, one of the things that held me up from quitting was, oh my gosh, what are people going to think about my drinking if I quit? Because only people who sleep in gutters need to quit drinking.
Right.
Right. And that's not the case. I needed to make a change. I always tell people it doesn't matter if you have 2 drinks a week or 5 or 50. If the number of drinks or the type of drinking you do or things that drinking is bringing into your life is causing enough problems that you want to make a change, that's the beginning, middle, and end of the analysis. Then make a change.
Absolutely. Folks, we're going to have Todd back. This is something we're going to do. I want to do quite often. With the springtime coming up, we know that means barbecues. That means, baseball games and graduations, Easter, all these things that the industry says, well, you got to have a drink there.
Yep.
Valentine's Day, you got to have a drink. I mean, everything. Tuesday, you got to have a drink. It doesn't matter what day, what occasion. We're going to have Todd on again on a regular basis, just dropping some nuggets and hints, because it's about wellness, about mental health, and things of that nature. And I've been very transparent with a lot of you in the past, where when I was going through my grieving and dumping alcohol and grief, it is a horrible combination. It doesn't end well.
Gasoline on the fire.
It really is, man. And forest fire, as far as that goes. So regardless of what your journey may be, I know this book, Todd's book, I didn't believe it either. It's a great read. You can look it up on Amazon, Goodreads. You definitely want to check out his social media handles. And like I said, this guy is very successful. So it wasn't like this guy that just hit Skid Row. He just realized, I got to make some changes because I'm tired of the race to nowhere. Todd, we appreciate y'all, man. Love you, brother. Thanks so much for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Folks, we come back. We'll have a very quick added. I want to say it again, Nick. I almost said it again. Quick history segment. Hey, my man. Who is that big dog?
Stevenson Smith.
Stevenson Smith.
Our
Who is
friend.
that?
I didn't see who was in there. I'm guessing it could have been Bolt, though.
Could have been Bolt.
David. Yeah.
You know what? Matt Bartling, who I met at the gym.
Yes.
I met another guy swim this morning.
Wow.
He gave me a weight belt. He's a listener. His name is Travis Rouse.
Okay.
Shout out to Travis Rouse. He goes, because he was that day when I did the weight thing on Monday. And he goes, I didn't realize that was you. I'm like, what do you mean by that? He goes, on the radio. I'm like, yeah, man. He gave me a support belt because, I wanted one for the gym. We were talking about back support.
Yeah.
So he gave me a lifting belt and it took a picture. But Travis Rouse, appreciate you too, man.
Shout out to Travis.
See, that's like swim though,
Stop.
TK,
We're
when he
going
just
to
walks
break.
around town.
We're going to
People say,
break.
Swim, how you doing? He just giving the presidential just kind of waving
Yeah,
everybody.
well,
all
he'd
the
never
time.
get anywhere if he didn't just keep walking.
Stop. We need to go to. I'm sending it.
If you're tired of the dieting circuit paradox but still want to look, feel, and perform better, you need to get to Nutrition Authority and ask about our nutrition coaching featuring LifeBase. LifeBase takes the complex world of nutrition and makes it simple with real results that last. Stop in to learn more or check us out on mynutritionauthority.com.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Flowers and chocolate are great for Valentine's Day, but you know what really earns you bonus points? A massage. No, not from you, but from the professionals at The Body Shop. Now is the time to purchase a gift certificate for your significant other to make sure you're the big winner this Valentine's Day. Go to thebodyshoplincoln.com and select from their wide variety of specific massages. Once you've purchased, you can either print out the certificate or email it to the lucky recipient. Do Valentine's Day right this year with a massage from The Body Shop, right behind Eyeglass World at 56th and O.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and right now at Koppel, we are offering big discounts on all of our inventory. 2026 GMC Terrains are leasing at $279 per month or buy for $27,690. 2026 Canyon is leasing for $269 or buy for $40,980. Also right now, all new Equinox EVs and all half-ton trucks are starting at $12,000 off MSRP. These are just a few examples of some of the aggressive pricing going on right now at Koppel. Please stop on in or check us out at koppelcars.com. All these with $2,500 down and with a roof credit.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Bagels and Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app. February's cream cheese flavor is white chocolate raspberry. Pair it with a strawberry cold foam. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Get inspired at the 54th Annual Home and Garden Show, February 13th through the 15th at Sandhills Global Event Center in Lincoln. $10 admission. Let the experts bring your home projects to life. Learn more at hbal.org.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get 1 half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. Oh, boy. Our history segment is going to include the Husker-Iowa rivalry. And you know what? Here's the reality, folks. It's rivalry name only. When you've beat a team, what is the record in the past 10 years, the series?
I think it's 9-1, if we're counting.
And the one game was when Swim went, when it was in Iowa City.
Yeah. I was there.
You're not allowed back in Kinnick, my friend.
Oh, don't worry. I've been to the last 4 at Kinnick, and they've been fun.
Okay,
but next Tuesday I do get to make my first visit to Carver Hawkeye Arena. I've heard that place is a dump.
No.
It's just placed in the middle of a big
Maybe just talk to
parking
their
lot.
alumni.
Yeah.
and hit about
Honestly,
some upgrades.
All right. Well, this took a turn.
I've driven past it, and I don't know how I could go to a Iowa Hawkeye game and not have a drink. No, I'm kidding.
It's no, they there's never been a good spot for the students there. It's when it's loud, it's loud. But for the last couple years of Fran's tenure, the atmosphere difference between the women's game and the men's games were
Well, you had a
was night and day.
generational player also though for the women's.
Yes. So
Hey, let me say this. Matt just texted in. Matt Bartling.
Yep.
Matt,
how'd
me
you
and
laugh?
Travis talked about you. He knows you, but he said he hadn't seen you since high school because Matt is from Pender and Travis is from Wakefield.
Look at us just connecting
all
lost
because
friends.
of the show. I'm telling you. So Travis, like, yeah, he goes, because Matt, I told him, I said, you know Matt Bartley. He goes, yeah, but I don't think I've seen him since high school. I said, I just seen him a couple days ago.
I guess I need to start lifting at that gym. It's that location
there's a
instead
lot
of the
of
one I go to.
There's a lot of good people there, man. So Travis, that is Matt Bartling, who is from Wakefield. I'm sorry, from Pender. And yes, that is him. So Matt, that is him. That is Matt Travis. So there we go. All these names get me. Wakefield, Pender,
Yeah,
Wausau.
I was gonna say-
Wausau!
I gotta say, gosh dang, AD, who's
Every time I say
my
Wausau,
man,
my
Yeah.
man. Wausau! But every time I say the town Wausau, I always go Wausau.
you have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Tell a farmer set it's called Wausau. Todd, here's the history. Share with us the greatest victory that you experienced in Iowa over Nebraska and the one that stung the most when Nebraska beat Iowa.
Okay. Well, let's start
Talking
with
football.
Let's start with the greatest victory. That would probably be 2013. Only because I think the first time they played in the conference was 2011. I think. Yeah. And we had 2 games in conference before then. They were real nondescript games. Like Iowa was okay. Nebraska was a little better.
That would have been Bo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of the games was like 20-7. The other game was like 13-6 or something. The game in 2012 was terrible weather, super windy, very cold, very boring game, lots of punts, very Iowa game. So Iowa had lost to the first 2 games in conference against Nebraska. And then 2013 rolls around and it was at Memorial Stadium and Iowa won like 38-17.
Yep.
And I was there with my son, Landon, and my dad was there. And I knew how much that win meant to my dad because my dad went to college at Iowa and law school at Iowa and then moved to Omaha right after law school and lived there ever since. And he lived through Nebraska in its heyday, Iowa way down low. And he has a lot of built up issues, we'll say, from that. So I knew that was the first time we had won in Memorial Stadium in forever. And, there was still some mystique around beating Nebraska at that point. And I,
gosh, that's sad to hear.
it was a big deal for Iowa to win that game in Lincoln. And I knew how much it meant to my dad and how happy that was going to make him. And so that was just a lot of fun. That was the first time we had seen Iowa beat Nebraska as a Big Ten member. That was probably the best one. The worst one was the year after in Iowa City, 2014. We had like a 17-point lead in the third quarter. And I remember at some point in the third quarter, Iowa lines up to kick a short field goal, and they faked it, and they got stopped. And very un-Kirk Ferentz-like to do that. I don't know if he got a little cocky, but went for the field goal. It got stopped. The entire game turned after that. I think Nebraska had a punt return.
Yep.
They forced overtime. They won in overtime. That was a gut punch because I thought, oh my God, we're going to beat Nebraska 2 years in a row.
Up 17.
Up 17. I mean, Iowa just normally doesn't give up leads like that with their defense. And Nebraska came back and won it. I remember them catching that touchdown pass and, Kinnick being silent except for the Nebraska fans cheering. The worst sound you can hear in your home stadium. Oh, and that game was awful because then we started that streak against Nebraska.
Yeah.
And every time we would mention that streak, I thought it should be 1 year longer because we should have won in 2014.
And Todd was and his son Eli were at the Remington Award. We got that picture with Kirk Ferentz.
Yes.
And I was talking to Coach Ferentz, kind of prior to the event. He's always a cool, laid back dude, man. And he's a dude's dude.
Yeah.
Kirk is a dude's dude. And he mentioned when the series, he goes, it's a fun series. And he goes, but yeah, he goes, yes, we do enjoy coming here and winning. He goes, just like you guys enjoy coming to our place. It wasn't like just like you guys enjoy coming to our place and winning. But I think he realized too, because he mentioned, he goes, I don't, it's been a fun ride.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the guy, but just from an age standpoint, he's getting close.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it that game does mean something a little extra to him. I'm convinced, and I think, I don't know this. I think it goes back to that 2014 game. They fired Bo the day after that win, and Sean Eichhorst. Nebraska fans probably don't remember this as much as Iowa fans do. He made that comment. They said, well, he just had a big comeback win against Iowa, and then you fire him, and he said something like, well, we had to take stock of where Iowa was as a program.
We had to evaluate where Iowa was.
Yeah, it was a shot.
And that I think, I don't think Ferentz has ever forgotten that.
We love when ADs say things.
Current
or former. Hey, Todd, I got something for you as we go to break. Wait, what's this? What is this? Here we go. Play it loud. Here we go.
It's a bunch of static in my headphones. Nick,
Happy Friday. I know you feel it, TK.
Come on, go ahead and clap. How do I get out?
Go ahead and clap. You need the combination to get out of here, Todd. How do I get out of this room?
Yeah, right.
Todd, man, we appreciate you being on with us today again. My neighbor and good friend, John Squire. I love John to death. He walked with me through some very dark times. He goes, what a wonderful show today. What a powerful show today, AD. Great job. TK, you impact a lot of lives. People you know, people you don't know. We can't wait to have you back on again, bro.
Looking forward to it.
You bet, man. Appreciate it. Folks, we'll be back. It's Friday. It's The Drive. We'll be back.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320. Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep the clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street, online at doubleeagle.golf. Bagels & Joe is the best place to start off your mornings, and you can order your breakfast ahead of time on their app, Foot Raspberry. Pair it with a strawberry cold foam. Stop by any of their 4 locations in Lincoln and their location in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
A lot of people in the summertime think, gee, I want to build a new home. By the time they go through the process of sitting down, getting the permits, and getting the home started, the home isn't done until January or February.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
I think the best time to start designing your new home is the month of February. Get an early start on it. Sit down, the snow's flying. Let's sit around the table. Let's drop some plans. When we're looking out for a homeowner, we're always keeping their budget in mind. Let's put numbers together and let's get that thing started so that the home's done in summer or fall before school starts. So now is really the time to be contacting us to get an appointment to get the job done.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the top-selling Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to help blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide smooth energy so you can cruise through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert, driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good.
It's on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back on The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. A huge thanks to Ty Kenny for stopping on in the first hour of the show. AD, always great stuff with TK.
Yeah, man. I mean, I truly believe, Slim, that people you meet, man, it's for a reason, you know. And so I was so glad he reached out to me on social media. We probably communicate in some shape or form every day, you know, a funny meme or just anything, something that's going on. But it's great to have Todd on again, the author of I Couldn't Believe It Either. And Matt, yes, Matt says I'm from Wakefield. So Matt is from Wakefield. I think I said Matt was from Pender. Yeah, because then maybe Kirk is from Pender then.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know these people.
Matt, help me out, big dog. I think he's from Pender. I think he is from Pender. But Matt is from
Wakefield.
Yeah. All up northeast Nebraska.
Anyway.
All northeast Nebraska. Swim, do we have any well, actually, that game has not started yet.
Not yet. No.
The women's softball, that is not. I was going to have you do your rendition, but they did not. That game has not started yet. Swim, the game last night, though, with the Husker ladies, that was another gut punch. Well, I will say this, first of all. I will say this. Nebraska could have caved in very early because they were down 19 at halftime. But Nebraska drops to 16-9 overall, talking about them when they are 5-9 right now, Swim, in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Minnesota improves. An unranked Minnesota, very tough Minnesota team, ranks. They improved to 19-6. They're 10-4 in the conference, and they got a win streak going of 7 straight. The final was 84-67 there at Williams Arena. In the first half, Nebraska just struggled. They trailed actually 40-19 at halftime. Minnesota shot almost 56% in the first half. Nebraska 34%, including 2 of 10 from the 3-point stripe. Minnesota starting guards combined for 34 first half points. Braun, Battle, Grachowski, 34 first half points. Why are you smiling over there? What's up?
Well, I'm laughing because of the whole Matt from Pender thing, and I'm from Wakefield, and then you're like, maybe this guy's from here. And I thought, you know what, we should just have an exercise. Text us where you're from. Let's just go through the entire list. Thomas and Lincoln, where are you from? Richie Rich, where are you from?
Richie Rich.
I want to know everybody's hometowns.
Where you be? Where you from?
Yeah.
Where you at?
Anyway, no. In all seriousness, Nebraska women's basketball, they're in some dicey times right now. They still, to this point in the season, don't have a single quad 1 win. Doesn't matter what your record is. We know it in college basketball, both men's and women's. The thing that is king is your net ranking, the quad 1, quad 2 victories, and avoiding quad 3 and quad 4 losses. Nebraska's played their fair share, especially in the conference slate. They've played their fair share of quad 1 and quad 2 opponents, but you have 6 games left or so, and if even that, and you don't have a single quad 1 win yet. Not only does it hurt having a little bit of an easier non-con slate, but man, you feel like you've probably let some opportunities slip. The road game against Michigan State pops up in my head. Even at home against USC when AD, you and I were there. Like there was times where you felt like, you know what, Nebraska could have gotten this, and they just kind of let it slip away. And it's a bummer to see because, Nebraska's 16-9, and as it stands right now, if the season were to end today, they'd be in the Big Ten tournament. But you keep losing. 4 of their next 5 games are against quad 1 opponents.
Iowa, Oregon, at Oregon, Washington at Washington,
Yeah.
Rutgers at home on senior day.
Yeah, if you aren't able to get a couple of those, things could get dicey on Selection Sunday.
Yeah, it's good. They need a win like desperately, Swim. I mean, the last 2 games, man, have although Nebraska showed some heart. Let me take that back. The last 4 games, Nebraska's on a 4-game losing streak. They lost to number 11 Ohio State 90-71, number 8 Michigan 88-76, number 22 Maryland 78-60, and then just last night 84-67. And like I said, and we mentioned with the names got coming up, Iowa on Monday at 11. They go out to the West Coast and play Oregon. And then they play Washington on the 22nd and finish the month out on the 28th with a senior day home against Rutgers, man. So Nebraska women have their work cut out for them. The third quarter, Nebraska was down 21, and they cut it to 8 points. And Nick, I was going to text in our group text. I was like, "We're good again. Oh, you suck again. We're good again." So and it was just they did their best. Peachtree, Jessica, and kind of ignited the rally. She had 8 straight points in 2.5 minutes. She was on fire. Hargrove and Maya drilled a late 3. To bring it within 60-52. And then the Huskers opened the 4th, pulling within 6. And then the wheels fell off. They ended up that last 5 minutes. Minnesota's kind of exerted their will. Nebraska was 41% overall shooting, 9 of 26 from 3, 10 of 12 from the line, but did not attempt a free throw in the second half. Did not attempt a free throw in the second half. So the ladies, they've got it. They desperately need a win. Like, I think, Nick, just for their mental, as far as that goes, you're going on 4 games, and Swim, the reality is none of them really close.
No,
you got within striking distance, and then you lost by 10 again. So they've lost double digits in almost all these 4 games, man. So from a psychological standpoint, and they have an opportunity to do something here. And Monday, hopefully at 11 o'clock a.m. at the Vault on President's Day,
against your rival to the east in Iowa, you can get this monkey off your back, man, because they need to win.
Yeah, it's too bad that they're going through this slide. I think a lot of this would look different. Not to say it all rides and dies on one person, but I think, if Nebraska had Natalie Potts available, I think there's a different element to Nebraska women's basketball. I hope, you look ahead to the next couple of years, there's a lot to be excited about. There's a lot of young talent coming in for Amy Williams and her staff. And you're going to get Natalie Potts back next year, but you do worry. I think you do worry a little bit about maybe retaining some of the talent, because they're 16-9. Like, think about what we're saying right now. They're 16-9, but ultimately, you're on the doorstep of potentially not making the Big Ten tournament if you drop a couple of more, and Purdue maybe sneaks up a couple of wins behind you, and then you're sitting there going, man, where did all this go? We were 11-0, and we've ended the season, 5-9 or whatever it might be at this point.
Swim, they take on Iowa on Monday at 11, President's Day. They're at the Vault. Swim, also in college football news. We have kind of a whole buffet of sports we're going to get into in this segment. Trinidad Chambliss, who led Ole Miss to the college football playoff semifinal, passed for almost 4,000 yards, 22 TDs, only 3 INTs. Took over for starter Austin Simmons when he went down. He's a former Division II national champion at Ferris State. Swim, he sued the NCAA. I want to play football still for a 6-year of eligibility. He did not play in his first 2 seasons at Ferris State due to chronic respiratory illness, tonsillitis, sleep apnea, fatigue, etc. The NCAA rules allow 1 redshirt season. Medical hardship waivers demanded and required documentation. Swim Chambliss argued this. He believed he had 2 years left when transferring. The NCAA's waiver process is unfair, and he said it forced him into the NFL draft would cost him millions. Swim, your thoughts. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Or you say it's just the way it is?
I don't really have an opinion on it. I think what's the most notable piece of this for me is the fact that the NCAA, the quote-unquote governing body of college football right now, back on January 9th, denied it. And that ultimately they just were like, okay, if you deny it, then we're going to go above your head and we're going to try to appeal and win the appeal. And so it's just such a funny, how do you say it, tiered system, if you will, because it's like, okay, yeah, the NCAA, if the NCAA appeals it, then we like the NCAA. But if they don't not deny it, but if they don't accept it and rule it as legal that he can come back, then what we're gonna do? We're gonna go above your head. We're gonna go to the legal system. We're gonna find a state judge who loves Ole Miss football, and we're gonna go ahead and basically rule against you guys. And so the NCAA doesn't want anything to do with that. No. And so ultimately, we all kind of knew where this was heading. So I just think it doesn't bother me. Like, what's one more year? It's where we're at nowadays. And I know a lot of purists and college football pure fans will disagree with that take. But this is where we're at. We just got to get used to it, I guess.
From the money angle, here's reality. He's not projected as an early round draft pick, which he's not, but his rookie contract most likely be far less than the $5 or $6 million he's going to get. Staying in college. And you think about this one more year could dramatically increase his draft stock. He has a good year if he stays. But what they seem to say the case is about eligibility, fairness, and the financial leverage of the NIL.
I mean, I think partially this is where I also don't think it'll be as big of an issue as people are concerned. The reason being, Trinidad Chambliss at the time of the NFL draft, when he declares after the 2026 season, he's going to be 25 years old. I mean, that's old for a rookie in the NFL.
Mendoza's 25.
He is. Mm-hmm. But what I'm getting at is, like, okay, so quarterback might be a caveat, but when you're talking offensive linemen, you're talking running backs, wide receivers, DBs,
high mileage.
Like those are guys that have a lot of tread, or not a whole lot of tread maybe left on the tires, and you're worried about the wear and tear. And so teams will take that. So like it's really crappy right off the bat in the preliminary spots with college football, because you have guys that are, you have 25-year-olds going up against 18-year-olds. But also in the NFL, then does it and we don't have the data to back this up, does it set them back? Does it actually hurt them going back to college for another year or two even? Because not only are they leaving money on the table, but teams are a little more gun shy about taking maybe somebody that's 25 over somebody that might need a little bit more development, but is only 22.
Right.
We don't have the data yet because we just haven't had it around and legal long enough.
Well, you look at Joe Aguilar at Tennessee, similar situation.
And that's the other side of it is like, is Joey Aguilar capable of being a starting quarterback in the NFL? Is Trinidad Chambliss capable of being a starting quarterback in the NFL? That's not me giving an opinion, yes or no, they are or they aren't. But I think it's also important for guys to, like, if I was playing, okay, do I have a genuine shot at becoming an NFL player? Or is college football at the Division I level and Power 5 conference my ceiling?
Is this where I'm going to make my next stage?
If this is where I can make my most money, guess what? Everybody listening would and should take advantage of every opportunity that they have to make the most money. And at the end of the day, like if I'm sitting there going, all right, option A is to stay in college and make more money than I ever could in the NFL, or option 2 is to leave and risk it and go to the NFL. Sure, people are going to say, well, bet on yourself, but also nothing is as sure as going back and having that offer already there for you.
And Swim, to your point, and you know you're going to be the starter.
Yeah.
And you know you got that big check
Yeah.
that's guaranteed right there. Kind of as we close this out, what we talked about, Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt, obviously he sued and won an injunction for extra eligibility. Multiple athletes are now suing and going to state courts instead of federal courts.
Everybody loves to sue.
Oh, yeah, because they've done more success. They've had more success there. The NCAA says conflicting court decisions are creating chaos and is calling for congressional intervention. Here's his translation. The eligibility model is cracking in front of our eyes, folks. It's cracking in front of our eyes. Rav did a good segment last night talking about it. 5 years and that's it. And I'm an old school guy. I agree with that too. I think there's very few exceptions I would give to that if you want to restore order back to the collegiate ranks. Courts are increasingly overriding NCAA rules, and we're watching the powers shift from the headquarters in Indianapolis to local and state courtrooms.
Well, and I think, here's the other side of it. If you're paying attention to anything that's going on in college basketball, the Charles Bediako situation, you have it to where he got ruled, he got denied. He's not playing. He's not able to play. This is a college football issue. And we're seeing it branch off into its own party, essentially, to use that term, its own part over there by itself, because Charles Bediako, like once you have NFL guys try to come back and play college ball, that's when this thing could get really hairy.
Read money, G's.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get my 10-year-old another year of T-ball. Yeah. Hey, did he suffer from allergies last spring? He wasn't able to play. He had some respiratory stuff. Eric says Nick is a big Sue guy. Here's the thing. I just find it funny because it's like, okay, if I don't get my way, like I try to think about it on like on a lower class level, like for us, like, all right, AD, you pissed me off. Guess what? I'm going to sue you. Like, yeah, I'm going to take it a small claim. Like, maybe we should just spend just a random Friday in small claims instead of on the show.
Nick, do you remember this song? Doom, doom, doom. Doom, 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 doom.
I might know the song. I just might not recognize it when you're singing it.
It was called The People's Court.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I see that. Yeah.
I really do it justice.
Like, yeah. Like, let's go. Let's go.
Like, a few more beats.
Yeah. Where it's like they have the video of them just like walking into the courtroom and taking the stand, and it's like the plaintiff Nick Sainert claims that AD did not invite him to a golf tee time. AD says that he's texted him multiple times but never replied.
You would lose that case, Chief.
No.
DF, I'd have Rav, I'd have J Form. They'd be like,
the best part is it would just be. I wish people would. Every listener right now was watching on the stream, because it would be. I would walk in and be like, the plaintiff Nick Sainert claims that AD did not invite him to a tea time. And then he'd be like, the defendant, Aaron Davis, it says that he texted Nick multiple times
And
on
I got
Sunday morning.
witnesses.
No, but AD would be walking in and in his typical way, he'd be like, hi, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. And so it'd just be on the voiceover guy is just being muted in the background because you just hear AD, hey, good to see you. Good to see you.
And you know what the voiceover guy would say? Nick Standard is screwed.
Yeah. Hey, my man. Good to see you. Good to see you.
What's up, dog?
Yeah, what's up, dog? Hey, I'm gonna wipe the floor with this guy in 5 minutes. We can go get drink. We can go get a coffee.
It'd be like Frank Lucas in American Gangster. Hey, how you want it, Nick? I got
Yeah,
lawyers. I got judges.
No, see,
I got politicians.
that's the problem is that I would never be able to win because AD would know the judge. Like, it'd be like, hey, Mr. Davis, how we doing? Hey, Mr. Davis, thank you for inviting me to the tea time last Sunday that Nick could not make. Yeah, I said no to the tea time, so Judge so-and-so that's ruling our case is the one that golfed with AD.
Oh, man.
No, we should just make it. We should take it to small claims. We should find something.
Man.
We should find something to take to small claims and see who wins.
It'd be good theater. Hizzleberry said, watch him transfer after having the state fight for him. And you know what, Hizzleberry? I put nothing past anybody in this crazy day we're in. Unknown texter 0159 before we go to break. Trinidad to Nebraska.
No, they have their quarterback. Don't worry. It was their second option, but they have their quarterback.
Scott from Bancroft, he goes, fellas. What's up, Scott? T.I.'s from Wahoo, but born and raised in Lincoln, straight out of the trailer park. I hear you, dog. Richie Rich, I live in Northwestern Hickman.
Nice.
Folks, we come back. We got some more, a little bit of this and that. Nick, we got that little beat, this and that, man, I gave you, man.
Yes, we still have it.
We got to play that when we come back.
You don't want to play it out of your phone?
Let's play it right now. Drop that real quick. Drop that
Okay.
beat.
Oh, geez, you just dropped me on the spot here. Hold on.
You got this, because I believe in
Well,
you.
yeah. I mean, I just have to fill the airtime.
Because you're real quick. You know how to do this real quick. It's going to be the this and that segment. You're usually going to do this, start doing this in the beginning.
You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you get with this, because this is where it's at.
Who's the black sheep? Mix the black sheep. I can go on and on and on. That the Tribe Called Quest, man, is still off the change, man.
I would say the exact same thing.
You say off the change.
Off the chain.
There you go, my man. Folks, we'll be right
Off
back.
the chain. The chain.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket immediately after every Nebraska men's basketball game for 1 hour of post-game recap. The Nebraska Basketball Postgame Show is sponsored by Union Bank and Trust, John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electrical, Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, and the Lincoln Airport on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships, one with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
When it comes to keeping your equipment running, you've got options at Landmark Implement. Whether you need premium John Deere parts or a more economical solution, A&I parts from Landmark deliver the dependable performance you can count on with cost savings up to 40%. From filters and bearings to belts and everyday repairs, A&I parts are built to work as hard as you do while helping stretch your budget further. Stop by your local Landmark Implement parts counter today or shop online anytime at shop.deere.com and experience the Landmark difference.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in the winter, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep the clubs out year-round. Book a bay with some friends for a weekend or come by for golf and happy hour on a weekday. Spring leagues begin in February. Get signed up today. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street, online at doubleeagle.golf.
Hey, Nebraska, this is your moment. Love Nebraska is already making noise on the court, but they're still missing one thing, a nickname. That's where you come in. Love Nebraska is giving fans the chance to submit the team's official nickname. Fans will then vote on the finalists later this season. Head to lovneb.com/nameyourteam to submit your nickname and get in the game. Submissions end on February 22nd. Name your team, shape the legacy.
Here's Stacy from Petal Creations.
Ordering flowers is intimidating if you don't know what you're doing.
Petal Creations experts care about designing a bouquet that conveys your special message from the heart.
You deserve to have a personal florist that you can depend on, who can take your message, turn it into a bouquet, and deliver it in a timely manner. And the rest is up to you.
Petal Creations in the Edgewood Shopping Center or at petalcreations.com.
So give us a call. We've got you.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Dana Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Dana Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Dana Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the top-selling Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to help blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide smooth energy so you can cruise through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Cause life is good. Couldn't be better. Swim right here and it is better. Swim, how you doing, big dog? Great. Life is good.
We only got 20 minutes left in the show.
It's like
Shoot.
my man, it's like my
I don't know
man
who's
said.
counting.
I think it was Future. The song he was. Life is good.
That is a Drake and Future collab. Yes.
Yeah, I had one of them right, Drake.
Yeah.
Future.
Well, yeah, that's right. Well, you said Future, so you were right there. AD, by the way, in the next segment, we can't forget for the lucky somebody in your life, whether it's a female listening and wants to do this for the special guy, or if the guy is listening and wants to do this for the special woman, we will be giving away a custom Valentine's Day themed charcuterie board in the next segment from our friends at Grazing Gouda. It'll be delivered tomorrow and everything. Fresh. They have not made it yet. Sarah and her team do a wonderful job over there at Grazing Gouda, and we will be giving that away. We'll have a trivia question that you have to answer over the text line in the next segment, and we will give away a Valentine's Day themed charcuterie board.
Fresh, right?
As fresh as you can get.
Fresh, she's so fresh. She's fresh as the morning breeze. She's so fresh. You ever heard that song before, Swim? She's so fresh.
Can't say I have.
She's fresh.
I'm trying something new. I'm trying to stand up here. Radio. I just don't know how I'm feeling about it. I don't know. Got to stretch the legs a little bit. I wish I had your walking pad because I could just be.
You know, you could burn some calories pretty quick on that one. Swim, Nebraska will take on Northwestern tomorrow, a game I know you are not worried about whatsoever. And I'm not saying, Swim, that I'm worried about Nebraska taking on Northwestern. My thing is this. I just want Nebraska to not wait until the second half to put them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that Northwestern is going to lay down because they're not. But I don't want them to play with their food tomorrow.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, my man, before I dive into this more with you?
I think, honestly, with Northwestern tomorrow, I mean, just do exactly what you've been all season long. I think tomorrow is a big opportunity for Nebraska to find an eighth guy. And you might not think that that's that great of a deal. Once you get to the postseason, I'm not super concerned about their depth, but as they wind down things in the regular season here, I think there's something to be said about having enough depth. And, you know, we thought that early in the Big Ten slate that Jared Garcia might be that guy. And he's played few minutes over the last couple of crucial games, but even on a day like, you know, Tuesday against Purdue, it would have been nice to maybe have a little bit bigger of a body that you can be a little more physical inside, like a Jared Garcia, but Nebraska was unable to have that. And Rink Mast ended up fouling out, you know, in the early stages of overtime. And so you just talk about having the offensive capability that Jared Garcia does. We know he can hit the shot from the outside, which is part of Fred Hoiberg's offense, but also having the additional height on an undersized team is incredibly beneficial. The one thing we talked about at the beginning of the season, AD, is the fact that injuries felt like the only thing that could really derail this season. We know Oogie's probably going to be shut down for the year. If he hasn't already been decided to shut down for the year, he is shut down for the year. We know Connor Essegian is done. Braden Frager's still, I think, trying to get the full bounce and the full range of motion back. And Rink is still, you know, getting his legs underneath him to a certain extent. Now it's time for guys, though, to kind of step up and do jobs in addition to what they're asked to do.
So Nebraska, of course, they're coming off the 80-77 gut punch against Purdue. The Cat comeback spoke obviously a lot of culture about Nebraska, but here's the big picture. Here's where the program is in uncharted waters. 21-3 start. It's the best after 24 games since the 1919-1920 season, literally 106 years ago, give or take. Top 10 for 6 weeks straight, longest in school history. Third straight 20-win season. Swim, never happened before.
Yeah.
12-2 at home, 51-13 at PBA over the last 4 seasons. This is obviously they're showing they're not a flash in a pan team, and you can tell how Fred has, like you mentioned a few weeks ago, actually just last week, how he's constructed and how he's been the architect of the schedule. I'm the schedule of the roster he has now. Nebraska offensively, they're elite offensively in the areas that won in March. They average 11 threes per game. So that's 12th nationally. 2 assists to turnover ratio. That's top 5 nationally. 9.1 turnovers per game. That's 8th nationally. And Dinger had that many against Purdue in the first half. 18.5 assists per game. That's 10th nationally. Nick, all of these numbers in the crucial areas to be successful in March, Nebraska is in the top 12.
Yeah.
It just hasn't happened before, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's still, I think, you know, as Nebraska continues this historic season, I think it's important for us to mention and keep revisiting the idea that it is a historic season, that this is stuff that Nebraska really hasn't done in school history, outside of the 1 year where they were 3 seeded in the NCAA tournament. So I think Nebraska's in a really unique spot. Obviously, that they still have a lot what they want to accomplish in front of them, and so you hope that things turn out in a positive way for Nebraska. I just think, like, I do not get all worked up about this Husker basketball team because I have an odd amount in a positive way, an odd amount of confidence that they're just going to figure it out and they're going to do their thing.
Well, Swim, before we close this segment out, a few things we know about Northwestern already. Actually, you, DF, and Jake went to Northwestern the last time Nebraska played them. But don't let the Northwestern's record of 10-15 fool you. You are who your record says you are, true, but they took number 2 Michigan to the wire. Jaden Reed.
Yeah, to an extent.
Is what's that?
To an extent.
To an extent.
You put a lot more stock in close losses than I do.
I wouldn't say close losses. What do you mean? It doesn't.
Well, like I look at that Michigan game and I compare it very much to the way Nebraska and Minnesota played.
Yeah, I can get that.
Nebraska was essentially Michigan in this comparison, and Minnesota was essentially Northwestern in this comparison.
Nick,
because in the first, and let me explain this real quick. In the first half, Northwestern, the same way Minnesota did, they did uncharacteristic things to keep them in the game and actually still have the lead at half. And then as time went on and as the game kind of evolved, the better team just won.
Right.
And they won handedly. Michigan won by double digits against Northwestern because they used a 22-4 run at one point. Nebraska did a very similar thing against Minnesota on the road. Just the better team won. And so I look at that game against Northwestern and Michigan and go, that doesn't really change anything for me. It was that a team in Northwestern, they did uncharacteristic things, as did Michigan in the first half, to put them in a position to be up by double digits at the break, and then ultimately the better team prevailed.
My thing is with Northwestern, the rest of teams, you got the Big Ten leading scorer Nick Martinelli, who's averaging 22 a game. I don't want Nebraska to play with their food. I don't have any doubts that they'll win.
Ooh.
I don't want them to play with.
Whoa!
Yeah,
that is some of the most
and here's why
concrete prediction I've ever gotten out of Aaron Davis.
You talk about old guy here.
Wow!
Here's why I say that. You got alumni coming back. You do not want to look bad in front of your big brothers.
Sure.
So I think Nebraska has an extra oomph on Saturday, if you would, because I just don't see them having a letdown.
If I had to, this is me predicting, clearly opinion based. I see this being a Nebraska win by 25. Like this one is one of the games I think that down the road, down the stretch in the game, Rink Mass plays maybe 23 minutes when it's all said and done. Price Sanford, I think, gets his legs back underneath him this game. I see that. I just see this being a business-like, methodical, just
go to work.
Just go to work and let's go ahead and pack this thing up by 2:00.
That's what I hope to see that takes place. And real quick here,
thank you.
Augie, Augie goes, I hope they deliver faster than AD. Augie, it's out. If you don't have that by Tuesday, at least, you let me know, because that was sent from my guy. So let me know on that.
You have a merch guy.
Huh?
You have a merch guy.
Oh, wow. Don't even start, man. Don't even start. And I think it was Old Dad.
Must be nice.
30. I delivered yours to you personally.
I know. I felt special. Well, we do see each other every morning, so.
Old Dad 34, I believe that as he goes, I have a question for you too. We'll answer this really quick for you, Old Dad 34. Good morning, brother. I have a question for you too. When will the NCAA stop letting these kids stay in school forever? And I tell you what, Old Dad 34, hopefully they get this thing fixed soon. But if it's dependent on NCAA, I wouldn't hold my breath.
Yeah, I mean once again, there'll be a different book of rules for all sports not named football, and then there'll be a different book of rules for football.
Yeah.
And more than likely in a couple of years, different governing body.
Yeah.
Greg Sankey, Trev Alberts, who knows who else be at the top of that conversation.
There'll be some changes. And rightfully so. That needs to happen to get some control over this mess that's going on. Folks, when we come back, DF said Northwestern was up 16 against Michigan. And they still lost.
Yeah, I was going to say they still lost by 12 or 14.
Yeah. Like I said, I just want I think, Nick, this game, I feel more confident about this one than the other lower tier teams, in that the alumni, your big brothers, is going to be back. You want to make them proud. You don't want to be out there playing with your food against a team, to your point, Nick, that you should be by at least 20. We'll be back, folks, with the AD attitude adjustment. I said it right this time. We'll be back.
This is Jordy Ball for Anderson Ford. For years, Anderson has relied on an exceptional customer experience. But just this once, they're going to rely on a really great pitch.
Right now, lease a 2025 Ford F-150 for $199 per month.
Experience better at Anderson Ford.
Stock number 1007055. Previous service loaner. $199 per month. Lease for 36 months with approved credit. 7,500 miles per year. 6,800 due at signing. No security deposit required. Tax, title, and license fees extra. Residency restrictions apply. Program subject to change. Must take new retail delivery from Anderson Auto Group by 3/31/26. See dealer for details.
Planet Fitness has everything you need to get stronger just around the corner, so you can give everything you've got. Whether you want to crush a few reps before class with our expanded strength equipment or sweat it out on your way home from work. With over 2,800 locations, there's a Planet Fitness close to you, and most are open 24 hours. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Join the club today and get your first month free. Just $1 down, $15 a month. No commitment. Deal ends Friday, February 13th.
See club for details.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town. If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Dana Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Dana Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
No one's ever explained it this way. That's what we hear at Trade-Offs when you finally see how today's crop insurance tools work with your grain marketing plan, not in isolation. With hail and wind rates increasing and margins already tight, it's time to challenge how you look at crop insurance. It's time to ask better questions. It's time to call Trade-Offs. Call us at 402-858-7501 or visit gotradeoffs.com to start the conversation. That's GOTREDAS.com. Trade-Offs, ingrained in your success. No, seriously, give us a call.
Fans, are you craving the ultimate game day experience? Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill has your front row seat to all the action. Dive into delicious wings, juicy burgers, and ice-cold drinks, all served up with TVs covering every inch of the wall, so you'll never miss a play. Rally your crew, cheer on your team, and take advantage of game night specials every week. Stop in for a Nebraska basketball game with a party of 4 or more and receive a free pitcher of beer. Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill, right by the Lincoln Airport at 3111 Northwest 12th Street.
Nutrition Authority invites you to check out the top-selling Epic Effects. Epic Effects is designed to help blast body fat, curb cravings, and provide smooth energy so you can cruise through the day. Home of free samples and better than internet pricing, Epic Effects can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Lincoln's Coffee Week is now Coffee Month in February. With 25 participating venues, visit and check into at least 10 for a chance to win a $250 gift card to the venue of your choice. More details at lincoln.org/coffee-month, brought to you by Visit Lincoln.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Here's Stacy from Petal Creations.
Ordering flowers is intimidating if you don't know what you're doing.
Petal Creations experts care about designing a bouquet that conveys your special message from the heart.
You deserve to have a personal florist that you can depend on, who can take your message, turn it into a bouquet, and deliver it in a timely manner. And the rest is up to you.
Petal Creations in the Edgewood Shopping Center or at petalcreations.com.
So give us a call. We've got you.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their Contact Us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Hey guys, this is former UFC fighter and mixed martial artist Anthony Lionheart's. The Upside Bar and Lounge in South Lincoln is the go-to spot for every UFC event, prelims, and main card. There's never a cover, so make sure you get there early and stay late. Upside Bar and Lounge has daily specials, a margarita club, and a taco club. And don't forget, they just added Buzz Bowls to their menu. Learn more about upcoming events by visiting UpsideBarLNK.com and stop into their South Lincoln location for every UFC event on 27th and Pine Lake.
Want to make the easy call? Call John Henry's. From leaky pipes to a broken AC, flickering lights to furnace fights, even drains and duct cleaning, we've got it handled. Plumbing, heating, air, and electrical, all under one trusted roof. Proudly serving homes across Lincoln, Omaha, and surrounding areas and ready 24/7. Visit calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back for this last segment. It's been a great ride. Want to thank Todd Kinney again, the author, I Didn't Believe It Either, for joining us. TK, appreciate you, man. When the ladies will have the first pitch of softball in about 6 minutes here. I can tell you're paying attention as you're talking. I just asked you a question. You have no idea.
Yeah, in 6 minutes. I thought it was more of a statement. I was texting Austin because Austin is down in Phoenix right now. He landed a couple hours ago in Phoenix.
How was his flight?
5 a.m.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, he flew out. I did look up. I didn't tell Austin this. When I woke up this morning, it's 6:45, 7:15. I looked up and made sure that Austin got out of town at a decent time this morning. But yeah, he's down in Phoenix. So he just texted me. He's in the Arizona State Student Union is where he's at right now. Man. So yeah, so he's going to join the show in the 11 o'clock hour as we preview Nebraska baseball tonight.
Yeah, so you do that?
Yeah, so we'll do the 11 o'clock or I will take care of the 11 o'clock hour as well. Austin will join for part of it and stuff. We'll dive into a lot of Nebraska Northwestern stuff, conversation as well. Big picture conversation, Nebraska softball, as you were made a statement that I guess was a question. Yes, they play third ranked Tennessee. Tennessee's also the team that knocked them out of the Super Regionals last year. So a rematch of that coming up here in just a few minutes on ESPN2.
It's going to be some good stuff. Full Nebraska sports weekend, full of great things going, so you can tune in to a lot of those.
If you did not know, this is your friendly reminder that tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Our friends at Grazing Gouda are giving away a Valentine's Day themed charcuterie board. And so all you need to do to win it is text us 402-464-5685 the answer to this trivia question. As Nebraska baseball starts off today, they are back-to-back Big Ten tournament champions. If you remember, they had to play 4 games last year. They did not have a great regular season. You remember in the first game against Michigan State, in fact, they needed the right fielder on the last potential out of the game. They needed him to drop the ball, which he did. Nebraska ended up forcing extra innings. They won in extra innings against the Michigan State Spartans. But your trivia question, this is something you do not have to go pick up. You'll have to send us your contact info, and we will have it delivered. The folks at Grazing Gouda will deliver it tomorrow for you and your special someone. So this is going to be all fresh, a charcuterie board, couple $100 in value. These things are not cheap, but you're getting a chance to win one right here when you answer this trivia question. Nebraska won the Big Ten baseball tournament last year. Who did they beat 5-0 in the final? The first person to text us 402-464-5685 wins a free Valentine's Day charcuterie board delivered tomorrow from our friends at Grazing Gouda. The first person, 8587 on the text line. Congratulations, you are victorious. Send us your name, your phone number, your email, your address, all that good stuff, and we will take care of the rest. And so you win. It is the UCLA Bruins, AD, which, by the way, UCLA, preseason number 1 team in the country. Preseason number 1 team in the country, the UCLA Bruins there. So, Frank said baseball. Who cares? Dang. Brutal.
Frank was like, and next.
Yeah, right? Yeah, Frank's like, I don't care. They play on a diamond and it's dirt. I do not want to pay attention. However,
I love it.
However, there is only one program at Nebraska that's won back-to-back Big Ten championships. So
yeah, that's true.
In the tournament,
it's the boys.
Because volleyball does not have a tournament style.
Yes.
But anyway, AD, what you got for us on a Friday?
Well, what I got for you today is, folks, you got to stack your reasons, stack your whys. Some of you may woke up tired this morning, maybe woke up stressed or woke up questioning. That's real stuff, and that's okay. But here's the move. Stack your reasons. What are you doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? And who are you doing it for? What legacy are you building? When your why is strong, your feelings don't get the final vote. Too oftentimes, folks, I allow my feelings to take a vote, and they should have no vote. When the why has got to be strong, got to be dominant. Strong reasons weaken excuses. And that famous saying that we've all heard a number of times, if you're still here, that means you've made it 100% through everything you've been through. Doesn't mean it made you feel like 100%, but you're undefeated because you made it. So today isn't here to break you. It's here to build you. Keep standing tall, folks. And as always, it's your attitude. It is always your choice.
There you go.
Swim, another great show, another great week. Did this week seem like it went by fast to you?
It flew on by.
It flew by, man. Programming note, I will be in the studio on Monday. So will Nick. Tuesday, I'll be in the studio Monday and Tuesday, on via Zoom Wednesday and Thursday.
Yep.
And out on Friday. So I'll be in Sioux Falls on Wednesday, St. Louis on Thursday, Zoom, and then I'll be out on Friday.
There you go.
Folks, go Bit Red Weekend. Be safe. Have a great time. Thanks for riding. Stay tuned with Nick in Austin next.